Welcome. In the current session, I would talk about the weakening of unaccented vowels. I hope and expect that by the end of this session, you will understand what does the weakening of unaccented vowels means in English and how does it play a significant role. A little observation and reflection shows us that in unaccented syllables too, the spelling does not accurately represent the pronunciation today. This is because in all periods of, the history of language, the vowels of unstressed syllables have had a tendency to weaken with the passage of time and gradually, to disappear, to be dropped off the language. This is true for all the parts of the word. This is true for, how it happens in languages. This is what we notice in English language. Let us see the example. For example, we do not distinguish in ordinary or rapid speech between the vowels at the beginning of these three words. Please notice: ago, upon, opinion. Notice the letters A, U, and O. However, these three different letters that come at the beginning, based on these spellings, the pronunciation should have been different. But here the pronunciation and the spellings, they do not go hand in hand. Rather, all the three letters that are different, they are pronounced in the same way. How they are pronounced? Ago, upon, opinion. We do not pronounce it as opinion. We pronounce it as opinion. The sound in all three words is represented, by the way, in the modern system, like this when we talk of phonology and phonetics. Consider the unstressed middle or final syllable in the words introduce, elegant, elegant, elegant. Drama, color, color. Kingdom, we do not say kingdom, kingdom. So, this letter O is pronounced as a here, kingdom. Breakfast, breakfast. We do not say breakfast, breakfast. The weakening is especially noticeable in words from French where an accented vowel came to be unaccented in English. So, notice this example. This is a very interesting example for you. The French word mouton, mouton. The word was borrowed from French into English. But this mouton was, gradually this becomes mutton in English that, we have today. So this shift from mutton to mutton is a significant feature. So, my dear students, the lesson that we learn from all this about these vowels is that one must not be misled by the spellings. Spellings are not a key to the pronunciation. Sometimes there are huge disparities between the pronunciation and the spellings. In recent times, the quality of vowel has been restored to something like its earlier character. So, it's again like, from the Middle English times coming towards modern times, on the way going a few steps back. Window now has, this word, has a fairly well-defined diphthong. All right, my dear students, here I would like to point out that Pakistani pronunciation is slightly different from the standard pronunciation. So, we pronounce generally it as window. Window. It goes a little flat as we speak it out. However, in the standard pronunciation, window, this is ow sound, this one. Window. If you, listen to the English programs, you would have noticed too, this sound. how it happens, how it is articulated. But the weakened vowel is evident in the dialectical pronunciation, for example, of window. So, these are, certain aspects that we need to notice. I would also like to point out that misguided pursuits often try to pronounce the final syllable of the word Monday with the full quality of the diphthong day. The standard pronunciation of what we call day is day, a sound, day. We don't, in standard English, you would pronounce it as a, day, not day. But when you pronounce Monday, it's not Monday. Here, you do not, use that diphthong as such. But even when the vowel has been restored in standard speech in the weakened form, it is generally apparent in some informal speech, and in the dialects we find that it is present. I hope, my dear students, this discussion on the unaccented vowels and the weakening of these vowels in English would help you understand the development in the sound system of English.